Have a great Thursday stream, Quag.
Slow today. I can also speak. I haven't spoken yet today. That's what I sound like. Ugh. Yeah, I walked slow and I missed the music. The satisfying crescendo intro. My day is ruined. Carter Money, thank you so much for the 3 months. And for the kind words, as always. Appreciate it. Hey, Superman. Hey, Danny. Hey, Shoop. Anyone else who might be lurking about. I think I had something else I wanted to say. Don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. Matt, what are you doing? Hi, Kevin. I was thinking about standardizing my schedule a bit more. Also, yeah, we're continuing wisdom. Wisdom focus on a monk, mostly monk. I'm not restricted to monk, but I want to play monk. Wisdom's a bad stat, relative to the others, at the very least. But I'm forcing myself to use it and get value out of it. It's forcing me to make some odd trade-offs, but it is what it is. But yeah, I was thinking about normalizing my stream schedule more. So, like, I have, I don't know, Baldur's Gate days and non-Baldur's Gate days. Problem is, it's so hard to adhere to that whenever I get, like, a real creative impulse. Like, if I used to have structured days like that in the past. In fact, Saturday used to be a dedicated non-BG3 day. But I eventually just kind of started doing BG3 on that day too, because if I get particularly invested in a run idea, like, I gotta do it, you know? Most of the time it's not a problem, because I'm usually playing this game. But as of late, there's other stuff I want to do too. So I don't know. Like, I finished 100%ing the game for E33 as solo Lune on Expert. That was cool. And I kind of want to do it again, but like on stream on a different character. But I have Dragon Age going. I have BG3 going. Too many things I want to do. It's not a bad problem to have. Where can we go? We're level 8. I did accidentally erase the Gith Patrol from existence without getting their XP, so that's unfortunate. But we've not been to the Gauntlet yet. I could take the Gauntlet spot at level 8. It's not a big deal. Hey, Shoop, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. It wasn't necessary. Thank you very much. Hope you continue to enjoy the emotes. Happy to have you around.
Sigils and chains.
Exclaim Lune's sanitary pad. Listen. Can you blame me?
Minthara, whoever you are, leave. I shall carry out General Form's will alone.
Alone. Hey, my own sling. How are you? No, like, sometimes I'm accurately D-jump.
Bet I can crack that open.
Oh, really? Why am I even lockpicking? Am I okay? I am very clearly not awake yet. Hey, Choco. Have I ordered my Gale cosplay yet? No, I think I need to get a wig.
An open tomb. Empty.
And maybe some makeup stuff so I can do the tattoo thing, because he has it go up from like his chest to his eye. So depending on how authentic I want to be.
The butcher calls.
But it had been a while since I ordered anything from Amazon, so its recommendations were kind of... It was casting a wide net. It was like, so you definitely want a 42-pack of Play-Doh, some women's sweatpants, and these health foods. It's like... I'm not gonna say no, but like, why? Trying to think of something meaningful to say this in one of those days, so you good stream fun here to 6 months more. I appreciate that, Shoop. I appreciate that. I don't always have a creative thought, too. It's, in all honesty, it takes a lot to keep up with the level of snappy shitposts we have in the community here, which is a great problem to have. So I can't always keep up with you guys. Hey, welcome back, Reaper Stevie. I started my first playthrough yesterday evening, can't wait to play more tonight. Already hooked? Let's go. Let's go, one of us. One of us. This game is one of those things where... So, little background. I played BG 1 and 2, like, you know, not near the release because I was young when they came out, but like a decade down the road, absolutely fell in love with BG 2 in particular, to a point where about a decade after that, when BG 3 was announced and went into early access a couple years after that, I did complete media blackout on it for myself. I was like, okay, I want to know nothing. I'm waiting till 1.0. And I did. And it was such an incredible experience for me. And then I just kind of figured it would be something I would enjoy in my downtime. And then on a whim, I went and streamed it. And had a lot of fun streaming it. At the time, I was focused on streaming other things. And so then I decided, hey, what if I just kept doing that? And it became my favorite space to hang out on Twitch as well. So this game just, it's different in a lot of ways. And it creates different environments in the best way. So happy to have you along. Got another one, yeah. Hey Mick, how are you? Try to be a man of nuggets. Mostly shit, sometimes wisdom, rarely gold. Mixed bag. We'll round up. Ayo David, what happened? Nah, just another a BG3 enjoyer in the fold.
Is that Shah herself who speaks?
Hey Alfredo GG. How do you handle the mirror to get the +2? All the party can get the buff? Yeah, each person can go. I think Selûnite Shadowheart auto fails, but I am not actually sure on that one. I don't remember. Someone can check me on that. But yeah, everyone can get it. Basically, the way you ensure getting the +2 is there's two requirements. You can fulfill either one. Either you give up the knowledge from the Necromancy of Thay, but that's an emergency one. I consider that last resort, and obviously you can only have one person do that, and then they lose that buff. Or you need to identify the function of the mirror, which there's two ways of doing. You need to either pass a... Yes, Lunate Shadowheart just gets denied. Thank you, Choco. Either you need to pass a passive Arcana check here in Act 2 in the Gauntlet of Shar, walking past the Broken Mirror, or you need to read the note in Shadowheart's secret little room with the Night Orchids in the House of Grief in Act 3. Doing one of those will fulfill the first part of what you need to do with the mirror, and then you just need to pass the DC 25 religion check to offer a prayer to the mirror. And once you've offered a prayer to the mirror, giving up a stat has a chance to give you +2, the opportunity to select +2 in a stat. You will never get offered the opportunity if you didn't do the prayer. However, if you failed the check on the prayer and ran out of inspo, you can give up the knowledge from the Necromancy of Thay and still get the +2 without the prayer. So that's why it's kind of a last resort. There's also a +1 charisma you can get on top of that +2. And to maximize my chances at getting that, I actually give stats to the mirror before I do the prayer so that I can't get the +2. Because you have 6 stats you can give up, and this is how I do it on solo. You have 6 stats, and you have the Necromancy of Thay knowledge, forbidden knowledge. I will usually give up 5 of them, and if I don't get the +1 charisma inside of those 5, then I'll do the prayer and then give up my remaining stat in an attempt to get the +2. If I then don't get the +2 with my 6th stat, I'll give up the knowledge from the book. That's my entire thought process with the mirror. If you shoot Aelin in the Shadowfell, you get advantage on the checks? Yes. If you become a Dark Justiciar, you get advantage on the religion check. There's other ways of doing it too. You could, of course, use Elixir of Halfling Luck. You could use Enhance Ability. You could use Auntie Ethel's Charm. But yeah, killing Dame Aelin and I don't mean plot killing Bay Malin, I mean you just kill her, like, before the dialogue, will give you the Dark Justiciar tag in your tag section here. Did I miss the grand finale of jacking off? You did. You did. The Wisdom Monk on my stream notification. Had to take a look even while on the clock. Oh, I don't want to get you in trouble, Mick, but manifestations. Any interest in Pathfinder Rogue Trader? Wrath of the Righteous has been recommended very highly to me, and I keep forgetting that it was recommended to me. Maybe I'll get around to that eventually. Is that damage necessary? Punch the rat for 40? Yeah. Evil Deity Clerics don't have to roll any checks at the altar there. Night Singer's favor is full necrotic resistance until long rest. Every party member can get that. It's another Selûnite auto-fail situation. If that's seeming like a pattern, it is. In multiple areas of the game, being a cleric of Selûne is a detriment, not a help.
Alright, time to skulk about. What path lies before me?
The +1 is useless if the result's an odd number. For the most part, yeah. Enjoy your lurk, Mick. For the most part, yeah. If you end up, like, let's say I got the +1 here from 8 to 9, mostly useless. Mostly. It would enable me putting on Smuggler's Ring without any downsides, so, like, that's something. And in the very end of the game, provided I had Halcyon as an endgame ally, that would be another +1. Yeah, David had the same thought I did, and that would even it out to 10. So there are situations where getting that +1 can be desirable if you know you're going to do those last couple fights. For a lot of builds, though, it's the kind of thing where you don't plan your build around it, but if you do get it, you respec to account for it. I have 20 Thieves' Tools, and I won't really need to lockpick much. Because of launches. So I'm happy to throw 28 Thieves' Tools at this. But yeah, let's talk more about Patriarch's memory. Hey Mark, how you doing? Like, +1 charisma on top of whatever you're doing isn't... It doesn't sound like a big deal, but considering how many ways there... Like, how few ways, I should say, there are to get permanent stat increases, you may as well just take the W. And it also alleviates the need to do things that would have trade-offs. Like, boosting your charisma with a feat means you aren't taking every other feat. But boosting your charisma with the mirror in the way that isn't mutually exclusive with your other mirror roll, like, you could still take +2 dex if you wanted to, and then take the +1 charisma as well. There's no trade-off. There's no opportunity cost. That's what makes it good. Show feet, please. I could, but not for free. Do you get a benefit from odd stat when talking to vendors? No. The only stat that has odd number benefit in a vacuum is strength. Now, there's other cases where odd numbers can be desirable, like if you end up in a combat situation where someone drains your strength by 10, let's say, and you had 11 strength, well, you live. I'm sure Mark can comment on this with more clarity, but I do remember in BG2, it was a consideration to have odd number intelligence for Mind Flayers. Dex for initiative tie, or is that only for modifiers? I'm unsure off the top of my head if it's modifier or score. It could be score rather than modifier. I fully just don't remember. Fact check me on that one. Do I go get DJ Halfplay right now? I kind of would like to have Cinder Snap gloves. Let's go buy them. Mind Flayers in BG2 drained 5 int per attack, so 6, 11, 16 were decent breakpoints if you're concerned about it. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I remember 11 being a memorable number.
If you're all right by Jaheira, you're all
But there's the
right
full
by me.
context. See, this is why I talk about it all the time. Surrounding yourself with people knowledgeable about things that you are not knowledgeable about is a good move. I mentioned to Ogre Trials the other day. Teach me how to do old BGs. And I gotta have you do that too. These are durable and resilient. You can co-op them if you want. I would be the hard carry. Like, I definitely had not entered my challenge runner era when I last consumed those games. So it would be like learning everything from the ground up. And also it's been about 10 years since I've played them, so... Hit armor class 0. Yep. Hey, Mustard. Hey, Leaky. Getting a little spendy with Tally here, but... worth it, I think. I still want to do Obsidian Lace Robe stuff. It's just finding a run to actually do it. It's awkward. I was thinking that, like, the use case is... be Gale with a Ring of Evasion, and then just find every enemy that casts a spell that's a dex save, and just auto-succeed. But that's like, Sacred Flame, Fireball. Does it work for DRS stacks? This effect? I guess you're wondering if it works against, like, Thunderous Smite? Maybe. I haven't used it. Be Gnome Rogue and just laugh at every saving throw. That's a pretty good Gnome use case. Like, my instinct is to knee-jerk away from Gnome, because I don't view it as very powerful, but, like, in this specific context, if the thing is you care about most is saving throws, well, picking up the mental saving throw proficiencies without having to take bad class proficiencies is, like, that's pretty good. Is Arcane Vampirism once per attack? I think it's once per attack, if not once per instance. The way to confirm that, I suppose, would be use, like, I don't know, Scorching Ray with Marco attuned to poison, I guess could be a way of testing that. Scorching Ray or Eldritch Blast. And then see if Woe triggers more than once.
Seen alleyways in Baldur's Gate that are plenty worse in their way. Yeah? Heapside narrows at
Made my first attempt at Jack of all trades honor, Gnome Dex Fighter to start to have maximum saving throw proficiencies. That's one of those things where, much like getting maximum skill proficiencies, I'm sure it's attractive. And like, it's not the worst impulse to have, but it's kind of like, okay, but some of these things don't do anything. Like, for dialogue proficiencies, getting, survival and animal handling is like,
good.
okay, what are you for? Same thing for getting charisma saving throw proficiency. It's like, okay, what are you for though?
You'll need it. The brilliant retort will aid you. Thus,
Have a gander at the finest stock.
what now? I'm sure you would.
But why is Barcus allied under this circumstance? I haven't figured out why, in most cases, the Strange Ox mechanic doesn't ally Barcus to you, but sometimes it does. I've yet to figure out the reasoning. Like, he wasn't even here when I did it. Before. On this run. I had not rescued him yet.
Got to have a plan first. Got to
And I did it through the dirge dialogue.
I don't.
That's another variable.
And that's why we're still standing around.
Being able to just nope out of the owlbear fight from the top is a run saver. The thing with the owlbear fight is I don't really take it early in most runs because it's a lot of incoming damage for a grand total of up to 60 XP. Like, oh, okay. So, why would I do it? Go punch some plants, I guess. Did I see the funny glamour bar attack you found yesterday? No. Tell me more. I might have, but tell me more. Since discovered that hot potatoing the egg to force attacks of opportunity is a better strat. You know, I didn't remember that was the mechanic until you mentioned it, because I don't play with full party. But there's a mechanic where the mother will prioritize attacking whoever holds the egg, right? I never pick up the egg before the fight, and I only have one party member, but it's an interesting idea. Can guarantee command any non-hostile level 6 friends Mantle of Majesty. Guaranteed disarm if you want. So the mantle will apply before the friends wears off? Because is mantle concentration? Okay. Yeah, that's huge actually. There's some things in the game that are immune to friends. Like, it doesn't work on Voss or Yrgir off the top of my head. But that might just be in the dialogues. You might be able to stick it to them from out of dialogue. But that's huge. And watching you use Glamour in other ways, like just the fact that you can self Mantle of Inspiration, I completely concur with what I can speak with what Mark was saying on his last stream, where this idea that Glamour Bard is like the weakest subclass is just no. It's I would say it's even like pretty good. You could maybe make the argument it's the weakest Bard subclass, but like that's also kind of like ranking the weakest fighter subclass or the weakest rogue subclass or the weakest monk subclass or the weakest ranger subclass. It's like, all right, yeah, by the standards of these other three, you're kind of dog, but like compared to everything else in the game, I think Glamour Bard's legitimately pretty good. Working on Undead is also nice. That is nice. That's very nice. Does it work on constructs? I think Command already does, though. So, question stands. Glamour just shines more in a party. It's far from bad. Agreed. You can mantle counter charm. But can counter charm actually take the damage to trigger the charm? Because, like, if counter charm's invulnerable, then it can't lose the temp HP. But now I'm thonking. Kevin, what are you doing? Being a cat is what he's doing. Yes, I'll pet you. Stop clawing me. Okay, I said stop clawing and you bit me, but sure. It can't lose the temp HP. So the condition for the charm is the temp HP being lost? Or is it just taking the damage? Oh, it's just getting hit. He's just eating me? Mm-hmm. Hey, Kels. It is a temp HP being lost, okay. Sir, can you calm down so I can stream? You can take multiple if they don't burn through, charm everything. Oh, okay, okay. That's cool though. Yeah, so like just leading into the charm stuff. This doesn't erase my big problem with Glamour, and that's the fact that Mantle's a long rest feature, and that annoys me. But like theoretically, you could still play in a way where that's not an issue. Like, I just have to get over my aversion to long resting. Like, there's 2 long rest pots in the game before Act 3, and in Act 3, you have the bath water you can go back to after every fight if you want to, but then there's also, like, 5 more long rest pots in that act. Okay, cool. 6 glam, 6 spore for a melee charmer. I like the spore idea, Irish. Combine symbiotic entity with the mantle to keep it alive longer. It's a level 12 build, but like you'd get symbiotic at 2. Ham glam bard when? That's an idea. Not 12, 8 to 12. The problem is symbiotic entity's HP cap is low with initial investment. But yeah, you'd get the combo online at 8. And I suppose you know, this is a cool idea. So this would mean what? Level 9 you could potentially have, um, assuming you dip into fighter or cleric or something that gets heavy armor proficiency. Level 9 you take heavy armor master. I guess it'd have to be level 10, maybe. Other temp HP sources override the temp HP and it's a different condition. Right, but symbiotic entity is its own thing in that it will merge with other temp HP sources and count as them. Like, it'll even do that with Ethel as well. So, like, you can have that and that at the same time, which is very cool. Test and then ham and glam. Fucking love this game.
Very well.
Also mantle some spore zombies. I don't consider that a great approach, because, like, without exploits, you only get 4 spore zombies a day. You need a lot of consumables to manage their stats to make them, like, usable. And then without giving them things like aid, which is going to require a 3-level cleric commitment. They just don't stick around long. Of course you missed. Why wouldn't you? Play a BG3 right now, watching a BG3 stream, I have a problem. That's what a lot of us here do. So wait until you're playing with multiple tabs of streams up. Yep. If I recall correctly, Mantle's multi-targets and might as well. Yeah, but you could also just have better targets. I know the Spore Zombies are popular, but they're not good. Like, something sustainable would be doing animate dead zombies, for example. Because then instead of getting 4 per long rest, you're getting 3 per 1 spell slot. Considering taking Conjure Elemental at 10 with Magical Secrets. I think that's a really good idea, just because it's so flexible. Like, I don't know how much you've seen lately, the Water Elemental stonks have gone through the roof. Like, we've been Earth Elemental believers for a long time. I occasionally use the Fire one for a couple of things too, but, like, Water Elemental is, like, it's the truth. I'll just topple. Need 11 Myrmidon time. Honestly, and I'm gonna say something crazy here, I think the Water Elemental is stronger than the Water Myrmidon. And that sounds insane. But the reason being is brittle is such a fucked up condition. And the water elemental's DC for brittle scales off of its strength. So if you give a water elemental a cloud giant elixir, for example, you don't have to. But if you do that, then its brittle is DC 20. DC 20 Constitution save on its breath weapon. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about when I say brittle, if you use the water elemental's like conal attack, hey CZ, hey Chaotix, on a target that has burning applied to it, then they get a condition called brittle for 3 turns. And it ticks at the start of the water elemental's turn, but it is cold damage every turn, and also vulnerability to bludgeoning damage, which is a very big deal. This is not to say that the water myrmidon isn't good. It is. All the myrmidons are, but like water elemental is also good. Managed to freeze Saravok recently thanks to the water elemental's opportunity attack applied to Shield. Loki didn't even know Frozen was in effect. Yeah, it's Frozen's pretty cool. It miffs me that like there's some things that are immune to it without mentioning that they're immune. Like Merkel's immune to Frozen. Boo. But Frozen is such a cool status. I want to wait till level 9 to grab this Moonrise exploration spot. Which means there is other stuff I'm waiting on. Guess I should go save Rollin'. Keep rolling. Bludgeoning and Thunder? Yeah. Like, Frozen is vulnerability to Bludgeoning Force and Thunder.
Ain't my neck of the woods.
If you're all right
Thank
by
you, Danny.
Jahira, you're all right by me.
I'm tempted to buy this TK scroll and TK some Harpers, but I don't need to do that right now.
Tick.
Why did I come here? Corpse grinder with brittle? That sounds fun.
Last night's best bargains right here.
Oh, you're all right. Thank goodness. They took his eyes first. Then his tongue.
I used the Scorching Ray scroll that I normally sell to Leah. I want to sell a magic missile to Lacrissa, but it's more optimal to sell one to Leah. So we'll sell Alfira and Acid Arrow. We'll sell Lacrissa something. I got time to find something. And we'll sell Leah a magic missile. Alfira can have that.
He said he stayed in the grove because of you. How do you do it? How do you keep... You make... If they're not
Bring
dead...
them trinkets and
just-
doodads.
It's making me realize I need to rethink my build right now. Like, either I need to become tanky enough, no one wants to hit me, it doesn't matter, like Abjuration or Rogue, or Army if someone's with Spore. You had a bunch of close calls, and, like, I'm impressed you survived some of the situations you did, because you were being very, like, casual, like, I'll do this fight, just while doing the streamer thing, entertaining your audience, engaging with the shit posts. It was impressive, but like, there's a couple times during your last session, Danny, where I was like, is she gonna die? Hey, Saren, thank you for the prime and the 7 months. I feel like the wisest move is to resub. Okay, I'll let you cook.
I promise, kid.
Jahira didn't save your ragged little tail from the cultists.
The girl and
I did.
she's on fire. There you go, Quag.
I feel like the wisest move is to resub.
This stone skin could be useful because I can cast this on Isabel.
If you hadn't you.
I'll take the blame. We were collectively in pretty rare form in Danny's chat yesterday.
Through our oil, but it should just about
Between the shit posts and the piss posts.
just about. Shouldn't hang around too long.
It'll need to.
What, treasure train? Forgot that's a thing. So, fun thing I discovered a few runs ago that I keep forgetting to replicate. If you have enough jump distance and you can land, like, right here next to these shadows, like, before the fight starts, that little movement they did there to separate from each other, that could trigger opportunity attacks. You can just start the fight with an opportunity attack. Very, very useful, but you need enough jump distance to pull that off, and 20 strength with enhanced sleep is not enough for that. So I guess I would need, maybe if I'd had Graceful Cloth on, that would have worked. Do you have some preferences for building Arcane Archers? Let's stuff like feats and stat spreads. Pretty much standard, like, fighter stuff. You know, high dex, high strength, yes, still high strength. Instead of having high con, or instead of having, like, some con investment, you could go wisdom for DC on your archer stuff. Or not wisdom, excuse me, intelligence. Feats, personally, I like leaning into piercing shot because that one is not an attack roll, and sharpshooter does not apply to that one. So, as usual, I am not an advocate of early sharpshooter. But if you are doing the style of Arcane Archer where you're intending to sort of underflow crits with curving shot, then sharpshooter helps that. More accurately, it doesn't hurt it, and it's just gonna be damage on the thing you're trying to do. So standard, like, alert, and if you're gonna be in melee range of things, which you are if you're doing piercing shot, maybe ham, but maybe you're not wearing heavy armor. Pretty standard fighter stuff, let's just put it that way. Messing with the Githyanki Spore Druid right now just to see if Valor pops off with an army of summons or not. I mean, it scales well with the more things you have taking advantage of the effect, but here's the thing. Like I mentioned earlier about the Spore Zombies, they're not good. But with, like, Animate Dead, could be pretty good. Because of AC, or, sorry, CTO, what are you referring to? 6 Abjuration, 6 Glamour, kind of silly too. Yeah, I can see that being good. 12 Abjuration, and watch Saravok just walk around you thinking mean thoughts because he can't hurt you. Crossbow Expert, Arcane Archer. That's a fun thing you could do, yeah. Resilient Dex, Alert, and Sharpshooter on my Arcane Archer run. I think I did Alert Sharpshooter. I don't remember what my 4th feat was. Asking about 12 abjuration. Oh no, it's not AC. AC, remember, AC is a bad stat. It's damage reduction. A lot of NPCs will just, if they see that you have enough damage reduction that nothing they do could cause a damage number of 1 or higher, they just won't do anything at all. Now, it takes a fair amount to get to that point on later game things, but you can see this in play pretty early. Abjuration School Wizard at level 2, once they get their subclass, they have a maximum ward of 4. Now, if you also know Blade Ward at that point, you click Blade Ward, you have a ward of 4, go up to almost every goblin in the act, they just don't attack you. They'll just pass turn while saying, like, you know, I'm gonna get you, or whatever. Because they don't see a roll that can hurt you. So they don't try. Arrest them. Heavy Armor Master, Magical Plate, and Slashing Res is silly early game for some fights. Most fights, I would say.
God damn it! Instead, I've...
Rolling's not bugged.
Come on, open up.
And this is another notch in the belt of the AC is bad argument. Because if damage reduction is also better at fulfilling the role of, hey, you can't hit me. Like, not just reducing the damage, but, like, also making it so that the attack won't even happen. Like, what's the point of AC? Okay, trade. We've been cooking some glamour bard sauce using some of Mark's discoveries and some chat ideas. Ham Fours glamour is something I might have to do. Glam ham spores. Excuse me, I ordered sauce on the side, but where's the lamb sauce? I guess we go fix Carlock now. Spam? Oh, that's good.
Got to have a plan first. Got to trust Jaheira to come up with one.
I don't know, I'm an idiot sandwich. On top of the cheese? Oh, cheese? You use cheese? Cringe.
Maybe I need more pockets. Something good here, I hope.
What if people approached, cooking? Oh, we got Bug Barkus. Okay. What if people approach cooking the same way they approach, the first time chatting in BG3 challenge running streams?
First in my heart.
Something in the air down here.
Do you have Hellas armor? I do. Oh, bye forever, Seedsy. Like, the Helldusk thing, I constantly reference it because it's so funny to me. Like, I have it, and only sometimes am I not using it out of a desire to not use it specifically. Most of the time, it's just like, I have better gear. Like, I have Adamantine Splint. I don't actually need this.
Carla, before...
But even without that, Graceful Cloth, Mighty Cloth, they're better for me.
Yeah, Sure.
Only one way to find out.
Use measuring cups? Fucking noob. Delete your kitchen. Thing I like about Helldusk is the fly spell cast. Honestly based. That's a pretty good argument for it. You equip it, cast flight, and then equip what you want to actually use.
I can't believe it. Thank you, Dallon. Thank you so much.
It's the least I could do.
Can't believe they gave us Adamantine Splint. It's so good.
I won't stop trying to figure out a cure.
I do think, and this is as someone who hates saying, like, best or things like that, I do think Adamantine Splint is the best defensive chest armor in the game.
I'm so happy for me too. Withers was giving me the old soldier. Really?
See, Danny, she calls me soldier. You should try having a good relationship with Karlach sometime.
Ask Jaheira to come up with one.
I don't.
I do.
That's why we're still standing around.
And I forgot. Adamantine Scale is even kind of nice, even if it's not quite as good as the Splint. The Scale, I am such a damage reduction apologist that seeing a 1 here instead of a 2 makes me recoil a little bit. Like, it's still got 1, and it's got the crit immunity. Like, it's very, very good, objectively. But, like, it just having 1 instead of 2 makes me go, like, okay, but, like, what if I just use DJ Halfplate? Because that's 2, and it's medium armor. But then I need to get crit immunity somewhere else. So, yeah, you're right. Lukewarm take, 2DR crit immunity really gets nuts. But the amount of people who will be like, but Helldusk armor. Like, no, Adamantine Splint is a better item. It just is. And even once you get to other, like, chest slot defensive armors, stuff like Armor of Persistence, which is also very good, it doesn't give crit immunity, so you still need to give up another gear slot elsewhere if that's a feature you care about. Which, by that point, you could be tanky enough to where crits don't actually matter to you most of the time anymore, especially if you have high DR. But if you want crit immunity... Available literally off the Nautiloid. You could make it... You could make the first combat of your run, like... Obviously, Mark knows from the Pacifist run, you don't have to do combat at all, necessarily, but you could make the first combat of your run post-Nautiloid being Grim to get that XP and your armor, and then just be set. But that's also not necessarily combat if you don't want it to be. Because this game is awesome. Adamantine Shield does reeling too? Yes, it's reeling on miss rather than reeling on hit, which is sometimes better, sometimes worse. But it's good. The Adamantine Shield is very good. Reeling has saved my solo honor mode run twice against Githyanki Ambush in Act 1, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened 2 runs in a row. I don't think that's weird at all, Seedsy, because, like, the application of reeling from being hit is, I think, obviously it's specific to which enemies are hitting you, but it's way better than people think it is. Because, like, 3 stacks of reeling when you get hit means the next attack is made at a -3. So that means the effective AC of this against the second hit you take from an enemy is 21. And that's assuming their attack only had 1 instance of damage. But my favorite thing to bring up here is Moonrise Paladins, where their attacks are 3 instances of damage. So you're effectively guaranteeing that as long as there's no War God's Blessing users around, Moonrise Paladins can't hit you twice in a row. They just can't. And that's without any additional help to your armor class from anywhere. Meaning you don't need to commit to the cardinal sin that AC stacking builds do of giving up most of your offenses and most of your offensives and utility stuff. Also, there was a tiny update to BG3 today. Overlay fix. Like, literally, the update is just, like, this is the notes. Ready? General. Fixed an issue where the performance overlay would sometimes not appear in Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you. That was a... I haven't heard that laugh before. That was unsettling. Well done. You think they sneak some will content in that? No, we can cope. The laugh scared the shit out of me. It was an unsettling laugh. EA left no crumbs with that one. Take daily updates, just fix one issue a day. That would be so cool. Very far from feasible, but it would be so fun. Like, okay, what's the issue they're fixing today? One where they fixed Lurthendor? I'm gonna be a pessimist and say never. Because that's a day 1 patch 8 issue that 100% of playthroughs have, and it's been 6 months since patch 8. Just like how the Amulet of Ball has been broken in Honor Mode as long as Honor Mode has existed, and the Amulet of Ball is an item that all non-Dirge playthroughs need to pick up. Unless you're using massive exploits. A streamer said ball. It's crazy how they let some of that stuff ride. Squeaky wheel. The reason why we got mention of a vendor exploit in every single patch, the reason why almost all of the numbered patches nerfed the House of Grief is because these are the things people talked about. And Larian wanting their fans to like the things that they do, or like, okay, we'll do the things people are asking for. Makes you wonder if people just don't know Lurthendor exists, so there's no noise being made about it. Could be. Because, like, it's a guaranteed bug. He just doesn't work in this patch. Yet, there's like, no motion on that one.
I don't need any attention right now. These boots have seen everything.
Okay, I did do the Mason's Guild.
Don't waste a step.
I could do self-same. Let's go do that. I should go buy Risky Ring for Mirage for this too, but I'm not gonna.
The bowl contains an angel.
Get spicy with it. Posted a Lurthendor clip to TikTok. Some people commented saying they thought it was their own mods causing it. Like, no girls, it's just base game. Yeah, it's just how the game works. Or how the game doesn't work. Yeah, that is a better way of putting it. That was a crit.
What path lies before me?
It's the strongest party for Glamour Bards. It'd be pretty crazy, because that's four mantles of Majesty, right? For long rest. Like that's pretty good. Also the most insufferable, like, traveling theater kids.
Another bowl bearing the...
What am I supposed to do?
Alright, here's a joke for you. What do you call a group of 5 theater kids?
Can't risk being in open view.
Insufferable.
Best be on my way.
I mean, drama school group therapy. My joke was gonna be X's, but you guys have some good ones too.
Shame helping you right back to the start. Better than nothing. Need to find a way forward. This calls for careful footwork. Have to keep going.
I have the wrong ring on. Imagine if that mattered. Actually one shot.
Should mind my step.
Hey Jester, how are you? Next game changer episode. Yeah, that's what you call a group of 5 theater kids, actually. Yeah, you're right. I guess group of 3? Group of 4? Group of 4, technically. But then that does include the crew, because they're all theater kids, too. So any number could work. Your band class was horny? We're all fucking nerds. I mean, not fucking, though. Like... My band class wasn't horny, but, like, the stage... The stage crew, like, the people who did the backstage stuff for school play and stuff in high school, they were the horny ones. Aren't all teenagers horny? Some aren't. I didn't really have that on my mind much as a teenager. I mean, comparatively speaking. The back of the bus for theater and band kids were the horniest that ever hornied. Go that direction. Feeling there. Change manifestations, that's very important.
Better be cautious. Breathe deep and move.
Probably better for me to be on Bloodlust here. Means I do have to get rid of a bunch of carry weight.
You upset.
But Quag, don't you know you can just misty step to the end of soft step trial did 2 years ago? My method for some of these trials is not necessarily like the most up to date or efficient. It's just a lot of them I ended up doing the ways that I got comfy doing. There's cool ways you can do a bunch of things. You can actually you can misty step through the floor of the vault to the end of the soft step trial. And you can misty step from the end of the soft step trial up into the vault. You just need a summon. You can also turn into a frog to jump the entirety of the Faith Leap trial without doing it. Like, there's a bunch of weird shit you could do. It's fun. Floors are just a suggestion. Why don't you just click the end and autopath? Trust. Me taking a Tylenol to multiply my autism like do like a joke. I do like a Joker at Balatro. Hell yeah, Sora. Band bus is a lawless place. Badger form, burrow my way through soft step. That's a good answer. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Paunch. 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 I was paunching. That side didn't aggro. So I'll keep it that way. Jig question since the last update. Things to get around Faith Leap still exist then? Well, Tomarka asked, so afraid of heights, the puzzle stresses me out. So, like, you can just opt out of going to that room at all. Remember, there's 4 gems, and you technically only need 3. You don't even really need 3, but, like, there's 1 to operate the elevator here, but if you bypass the elevator, which you can, you only need 3 to open the door. So that means you just do all of the other 3 gems. Alternatively, you could get any 1 gem and then use the elevator and then knock the door. Or alternatively, you could do none of them, bypass the elevator, and then knock the door. Any of those will work. But the way I do Faith Leap is I put on Eversight Ring and use 3 Misty Steps. Obviously, there's sometimes where I have easier options, like if you're a Shadow Monk, you just Shadow Step, lol.
You've made a grave mistake.
Use dots on my screen, put my face 2 inches from my monitor. Nice. Skipping trials, piss Shadowheart off? Nope. She's okay as long as you get the spear, yeah. Not a dagger, a spear. My Lady Shar's spear. Reference Outline IRL way more often than you'd think. I believe it. It's very quotable. They don't see damage rolls that hurt me, because with Blade Ward and Protection from Missiles, I'm quartering their damage, even without accounting for my damage reduction, and then also not accounting for I'm a monk, so I have Deflect Missiles. The archers can't hurt me. You did 6 damage. Deflect Missiles reduced that by 12 to -6. Without my resistance or protection from missiles having to factor in at all.
everything.
Monks have a backhanded slap option. Okay, take Swashbuckler and do Pocket Sand and then Pretend, because it's like kind of a backhanded thing.
Always room for more?
Warlock Monk's a fun combo, Candy May. For my John of All Sins run, Warlock and Monk were providing a lot. The Pact Weapon scaling override, forcing my Pact Weapon to go off Dex instead of Charisma, allowing me to reap all the benefits of having a Pact Weapon without any of the downsides of being forced to go off of my Charisma as a stat. It's pretty cool. I meant to test something with Devil Foil Masks. I keep forgetting. I need to try. I gotta do this on a testing safe. And I mentioned this before, but Devil Foil Masks, self-same trial, and then using Control Undead and dolly porting out of the trial so that you have a creature under your control with the Devil Foil Mask on to count for the bonus. Now, there's a lot of things that have to be tested about that, but I'm very curious. If that works, that would possibly be the biggest contribution of Oathbreaker in the game, because that would allow you to set up an additional +3 strength. I guess technically +4, if yeah, an additional +4 strength. Like, I don't think the Devil Foil Masks are actually capped at +3. I can't see why they would be. So, in theory, if that were to work, at least in full party, you could be running around with +7 strength from Devil Foil Masks. You ever use the Weave Robe? The one in Ramesses Tower? Sometimes. See the Deathstalker Mantle? Failing my wisdom save seeing it. Yeah, I have it. I don't use it, because it's not good. Once you have access to other cloaks. Yeah. I did Boal, so I have that. Falcon. Probably handle Malice. I like the idea of waiting till level 9, but might not be realistic. Visibald? Visibald. Weave Robe is it's just not Mutilated Carapace. Yeah, like, it's far from a bad item. It's, in fact, good, you know. A good AC for a clothing option. Spell save DC, and a little bit of healing, right? It's good. Just a lot of competition at that point. Give Deathstalker Mantle to Astarion in most runs on Dirge. He seems to get more value from it since I usually leave him Rogue. The Deathstalker Mantle is an item that fills a slot. It has situations where it's useful, but it's very low on my list. In full party, I could see you have more slots to fill, so heyo. Should I call him? No. He's not an item, he's a person. Hey, Keith.